So this is Mickey's Wild Adventure. This is kind of the start of quite a few Disney PlayStation 1 games. They had quite a rash, and actually quite a few of them did Pixar movies. I mean, that was kind of their big thing in the late 90s. As you'll see, there's a ton of logos on this game. And this isn't even the first release of this game. So this game originally was Mickey Mania, a Traveller's Tales developed game, which is a company that still exists. So they brought this out for the Mega Drive and the SNES and the Sega CD. And then it was ported to the PlayStation a little bit later on. So we're looking at this. This game was 1996, I want to say. I really should have the facts in front of me before I say things like this, because the amount of times I have to edit in text to say, no, it wasn't 1996. I'm pretty sure it was 96. Although the copy I have, for whatever reason, has a date of 2003 on the back, so I guess they must have repressed it late on in the PlayStation era. But yeah, this is the PlayStation version of that game. So, I mean, first off, it's a 2D platformer, and it looks like a Mega Drive and a SNES game. Look at the options. So there's an option for lives. What does difficulty give you? In the interest of actually seeing some of this game, because I cannot remember if this game's difficult or not. I seem to remember it was, but then at the time I was probably very young, so it seems very unfair. Yeah, I remember this now. So in terms of presentation, it looks quite nice. I mean, 1996 is still fairly early for the PlayStation. If you think of other platformers at that sort of time, had Crash Bandicoot come out by then? Was Crash Bandicoot a launch game? No, Crash Bandicoot wasn't a launch game. But I think that was 96, 97. Pandemonium was 96. Gex was 96, I want to say. But Gex might have even been earlier than that. So, yeah, still fairly early on. So 2D platformer, although 2D was not the vogue thing, still totally prevalent and acceptable. Yeah, it's essentially levels based on Mickey's previous cartoons, so this is kind of obviously Steamboat Willie. Already got myself hit. What do you do? Ring the bell. You can jump on stuff. You can also throw. Can you throw bells? Ah, there you go. So possibly you have to collect bells and then throw. This is a bad start. I can platform, honest. Oh, I'm gonna get hit by those again. No! What am I doing? One more of those and I have to restart this entire video because this is too embarrassing. There we go. I jump over the hole. Don't get hit by the bird things. Get on the crate. Take me over to the other side. See, I've got all this. So I owned this at the time, maybe a couple of years after it came out. And I made it to the second level, I want to say. Quite why I thought this was so difficult. Oh, okay, there you go. Yeah, so unfortunately, because it's a 2D platformer for the PlayStation, there's load times in it. I mean, at least it's a decent load time. It's not like Resident Evil door opening, but still, a bit of a weird thing. You can't jump on top of those. You definitely can't jump on top of those. Nope. So should I just keep jumping into all of the things I shouldn't be jumping on? I'll try and get up there. Ah, I see. So now I've got that little bag in the top right that tells me how many throwables I've got. There we go. Oh, you can't jump on top of the house? Oh, Jesus Christ. So the thing I don't like about some 2D platformers is that they're very not opaque enough, I guess, about what you can and can't jump on top of. The little rocket is your checkpoint. If I die, I'll start back there again, I guess. Oh. There we go. That's what I want to do. Get some more throwables. So can I jump up there? Yes, that almost looks like a background element to me, so... I mean, the art looks nice, don't get me wrong, I'm not...
You don't scare me!
It's telling me to ring bells. Maybe this is where my bell ringing memory is coming from. Oh, I did ring the bells. What bell did I miss? They're all ringing. What am I missing here? On the ground floor that I've missed? Oh, is there some on the other building that I missed? I get out of the start now. Oh, yep, I'm dead. It's got a lot of charm to it. I think, I guess this is kind of a spiritual successor to Castle Illusion, which probably has more nostalgia for most people. Well, I don't know. I don't know how big of a game Mickey Mania was. I know Mickey's Wild Ride was fairly big, but I think, if I remember rightly, and I could be wrong, but I think this was one of the early like PlayStation Platinum games, so people were quite excited about it.
Get out of the way, you big bully!
Oh. Just slow on the mark here. Oh, right, okay, so if I knock him over, I could jump up there and get that star, but I'm not that bothered, so let's get on with it. Oh, 3D boxes. I can't imagine those were a Mickey Mania. I imagine those were probably sprites at the time. Actually, are those? No, they look like 3D models. I don't know why it matters. Yeah, it's still, I mean, considering this game came out 20 years ago, this game still looks good. It hasn't got that high definition crispness of something like, oh, what was the... Actually, it was the Castle Illusion remake, wasn't it? That came out on Steam and PS3 and Xbox 360. But that's got a crispness, but this has kind of got a style to it. Okay. What's that for? Oh, right, yes. Throwing marbles at the gears. There we go. Oh, you just jump on top of them. Nice. You can't jump high enough, though. Come on, give me a spring. Just give me a spring right at the thing, as if I'm too stupid to... Come on, there we go. Nice. I've just walked through those bombs. Mickey is invulnerable when he destroys cogs. The animation he's got, look at his watch. He stopped the evil cranes! I don't actually know what the plot to Steamboat Willie is, actually. Other than knowing it was black and white and he had a steamboat. So this is the Mad Doctor level. I didn't make it much further than this.
The Mad Doctor!
It's even a good... I kind of like the idea of having this kind of nostalgic platformer through classic Mickey cartoons. That's kind of cool. Well, I don't imagine that they had bats in the classic Mickey cartoon, but gotta fight something, didn't you? I'm running out of marbles. This could be problematic. Ah, marbles. What? Yes, the skeletons throw bones everywhere, and it's a scatter shot. Nope. This is why I added more lives. I was Slightly afraid I would make it 9 minutes in. That would be the end of it. Oh, checkpoint me there. That's quite nice. Is that because I've set it too easy? I thought that was the whole point of the rockets. I can't get a handle on which bones are going to hurt or if it's just like bad collision detection. There we go. It is a lot easier to jump on the enemies than it is to shoot them with marbles. I see a bat up there. Ooh. So I'm already down to 1 bar of health.
Fireball.
This is just... Jeez. Those bones are really annoying. Collision. Yeah, grab it. There we go. My chance of getting that star are very limited, but... Nah. Leave it. Where's it going to restart me from? You can actually skip those animations, I've only just realised, so... Oh, I remember this. Man, we're 2 for 2 in this series so far with platformers with auto-scrolling vehicle sections. I think... Oh, which game was it now? Oh, I can't remember what the name of the game is. Jesus. Oh, it was Spot Goes to Hollywood, wasn't it? With the cannon. Well, that was less painful than the Spot Goes to Hollywood one, so... Already onto a winner.
Here I go.
There we go. So here's some Pandemonium style gameplay. 2.5D. We're still allowed to use that term.
Look out.
There's some kind of rudimentary use of 3D, which I'm guessing are the parts that are not in the Mega Drive. I'm going to have to dig out the Mega Drive version, I think, and see
Look out.
which, which parts of these games, because they very well could have done this in 2D, probably without the 3D boxes. I'm guessing those would be easy enough to recreate in sprite form. Stupid bat.
Look out.
These boxes are annoying. Like, still controls alright. I mean, the section with the ropes was a little bit clumsy. I don't feel like I had a lot of control. The collision detection with the enemies doesn't seem great, but playable, certainly. I think in terms of license, actually, it also kind of sticks pretty close to what it should be. Which is I find Mickey's voice annoying, but that's a... See, those bones didn't hurt. Personal tasting, I think. I can't be the only one who's wondering which of these bones are supposed to hurt me and which ones... Like, are the big ones the ones that hurt me? And the little ones don't? Because the game's not telegraphing that particularly well. So what is that browny orange colour soup in that pit? What is that supposed to be? There's just too much going on at once. It does not have Super Meat Boy controls. So expecting kind of... I mean, I didn't know about Super Meat Boy, but that level of precision in a game like this seems like it's asking a bit much, maybe. These load times as well.
Going up.
I like that animation though. We'll be over there.
Skeleton.
How am I supposed to... Nothing I can do there. Yeah, I think that the thing I quite like is that it's not just been 2D side-scrolling the entire way. Like, this lift section's not brilliant, but at least it's a little bit of variety. I think very often with these licensed platformers are just, you know... We've made a very kind of rudimentary 2D platformer. Oh, I'm dead again. A rudimentary 2D platformer, and then made 6 levels, and that's it. So... I am now curious.
Going up.
I'm definitely going to have to go dig out the Mega Drive version just to see what's different.
Skeletons.
Oh. I think the other thing that I fear with a lot of these Disney games is that they are tuned for their audience, which is, I mean, as they should be. But I think there was a tendency, possibly not in this era, but later on, where kids' games got exceptionally easy to the point where they were almost like insultingly easy. And I think, you know, oh, I was really at the end of the level. Wow. It's quite difficult because while you don't want a kid to be frustrated playing a game, I think there's still an importance for a video game to have a level of challenge, or at least a level of entertainment. So something that is so kind of catastrophically easy is not going to be, you know, not going to be keeping somebody coming back for more. I remember the Rugrats game for the PS1, which we'll get to because that's technically a license.
Uh-oh.
I remember finishing it in an hour and then thinking, well, that was a waste of time because there was no challenge to it. Very little kind of entertainment value to it, and really it was just kind of a dotting the I's and crossing the T's. It was not the thing that you wanted.
Uh-oh. Gosh.
Well, alright. Set on fire. This is quite neat. I think. Am I missing something? What am I missing? Am I not supposed to push that? No, I must be able to push that on there. Well, I mean, that's Mickey's Wild Adventure, or Mickey Mania, whatever you would like to call it. I think this still has a place. Okay, I just had to wait longer. Impatience. Wasn't really giving me an indication that anything was happening.
Gee, I wonder who's in here.
Yeah, it's kind of... It's got a charm to it, and I think it's got its place in PlayStation 1 history as a
Oh no.
You know, it was an early... In the same way that I would say something like Infamous Second Son was an early kind of PS4 game that was good. I think most people at the time would have said, you know, if it was a PS3 game at the time, people might have not been as happy with it because it didn't have anywhere near as much content or, you know, the depth that the other Infamous games had. This feels the same way in that, you know, I don't think people playing this in 2000 would have had the same impact as people who were playing in 96, but if you had a PlayStation and there wasn't much to play, this would have been, you know, ideal. Ooh, Goofy. Hello? There we go. Goofy's a little bit slow on the uptake. Mickey loves checking that watch. They must have loved that animation. What? Have I missed something? That's got to be a reference to the cartoon that I don't understand. That's it. That's the Mad Doctor. Finished the second level for the first time in my entire life. How exciting. Yeah, I think this game's alright. It's, I do think maybe if I'd have played the Mega Drive version, I wonder if I'd be more blown away by that than by this, because it definitely feels like a 16-bit game. And not kind of PlayStation era. In the same way that Spot Goes to Hollywood was kind of one of those crossover games where... Oh, I suppose that was 1996 as well. Yeah, that was kind of a crossover game that bled between what they were doing on the Mega Drive and what they eventually would start doing on the PlayStation with stuff like Crash Bandicoot and Spyro and Mario 64. So, yeah. This game's quite cool. Just been killed by a tree.